What's up, everyone? It's your buddy Jayrassic, and I'm hoping that you're having the best day of your entire life today. And today is a great day because we're going to be talking about a very hot, controversial subject within the Planet Zoo community, which literally has the forums on fire. That's right. It's crazy out there in the frontier forums. And, but before we get into that, one thing that I definitely want to give a shout out to is to our good buddy NDP Designs, who came out with the Planet Zoo new faux rock set. This is an absolute gorgeous set. And before I get too far into it, I just want to say that Frontier does not endorse mods whatsoever, so you must use mods at your own risk. But I guarantee you, this one is very well rewarding. In fact, it's so inclusive, it gives you 80 new pieces. Look at this beautiful rock work. And honestly, it uses less polygons and so forth. This will help decrease your lag within your zoo, less computer processing power and so forth. This is just absolutely gorgeous on how NDP has created this with some high definition textures that just will make any zoo pop out. So if you're not good with rock work, and this may be something to do, to use. It has your trunk sets. It has your rock walls, cave walls, river beds. It has stalactites, stalagmites. It also has cave floorings. It's absolutely gorgeous. And honestly, this has the stalagmites and cave pieces are gonna have made my blueprint, my largest blueprint, completely obsolete. So, which, that itself took about 340 to even 1,000 pieces in some of those wall sets. And here, yeah, this is totally going to make that obsolete for people that are going to be using mods. So, make sure when you go to the Nexus mod page to download this, make sure you endorse it. You got to wait about 15 minutes after you download it, but endorse it and also vote for it as well. Speaking of voting, as some of you know about my mod competition for scenery packs, originally we were going to end the voting tonight at 9 p.m. However, after further consideration, I decided to allow the voting to continue into February 21st till 11:59 p.m. So that means that gives the NDP an extra day to gain some votes for people that want to vote for this as mod. And of course, winner will win a $50 donation. So with that being through Nexus. Now, NDP did also state that if you were to commission him for this particular mod, it would cost you well over $2,000 for him to do this for you. And he's offering it to the community for free. So show your support by giving him a donation when you download this mod. Do $1 if you want, $5, $10, $20, whatever. But you know what? It's one that's truly deserving. So as for the mod competition, looks like Nick is in the lead by 4 votes right now. So we are going to, like I said, keep that voting open all the way till 11:59 p.m. Monday, February 21st. So I will put the description down below where you can vote. And basically, you just go to that video that I'll put in the description, and just in the comment section was each mod pack, and you can just go ahead and click the like button on what one that you like. So once again, thank you so much to NDP. Like I mentioned, like I may have mentioned, not all heroes wear capes. And sir, you are a hero in the Planet Zoo modding community with this beautiful Pro Rock set. So moving on to our meat and potatoes of this video, which is the 1.9 DLC speculation and update speculations. As I mentioned earlier, the community is upside down. The forums are fired with controversy and argumentative conversations throughout the entire discussion when it comes to the next DLC. There are people that are throwing out wild and very far-fetched DLCs. What's the word I'm looking for? DLC predictions. There we go. And then there's other theories that are more logical, that are based off of facts and, all around detective work. So we're going to take a look at some of these different theories. And, before we go into that, I just want to say, and I'm just going to say this once. Planet Zoo is just a game. So if you go ahead and post your theory of what the next DLC or your next DLC prediction is, or your wish list or anything like that, and someone disagrees with you, take it with a grain of salt and move on. It's just a game. No reason to have some very colorful language and insults across the forum. There's no need for it. There really isn't. If you disagree, you disagree. Move on. If you agree, then great, you agree. Voice your opinions, whatever the case is. But you know what? Hey, everything has its place. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I will say that one last thing about that whole ordeal is that it has got to the point where people are now getting banned from the forums because of their choice of commentaries and language skills within the forums. So don't be one of those people. So moving on, theories that the local community has. There's several out there, and some of them are great, some of them are not so great. So let's take a look at them. One of them is, of course, a majority, and this is kind of basically based off of some of the files that are in the game that were data mined, are like tropical, Latin America, Amazon rainforest, stuff like that. A lot of people are kind of going that route because, again, data mine files are saying capybaras, I believe porcupine, and some insect, stick insect. Some people are thinking regional still, or subcontinents, such as, went ahead and we did the North America, we did Europe, we did Australia or Oceanic, we did Southeast Asia. So why not go? So now they're wondering, why not? Can we go into like Latin America or Central America, Central Africa, North Africa, South Africa, Central Asia, Greater Asia, Northern Eurasia? Why not? That is a possibility. I mean, no one's right. No one's wrong. In all reality, it comes down to this. No one truly knows what the next DLC is going to be. No one. It's all up in the air and all for speculation right now. So anyone's guess could be the right guess. But if you do a little detective work, it may help you realize what the next DLC will be. And I'm not saying that my predictions are correct. However, I'm just going off the facts. And one of the facts that I see is the data mined files. And, basically the capybara, I believe the porcupine files were found at one point. Someone did disprove that at some point, but then there's still arguments about that. So I'm not updated with that whole ordeal. And the last thing, of course, would be that stick insect, which is out of Oceania. But all three of them can be based out of tropics. So could it possibly be where they're going in a biome type aspect? Some people highly disagree with that and say that it's going to stick with a continental or country base, which, is a feasible possibility. However, if we looked at all the previously released packs, which, the African pack, the Southeast Asia, North American pack, the Europe pack, all of them were listed in the data mined field, data mined files. Data mined files. Wow, I cannot talk. I don't even know. Ugh. But with that being said, so like for example, Nicholas Linerider and Leaf, they were just innocently doing some modding and came across some files that described a North American pack or North African pack. Lo and behold, they had the African pack. Later on, we discovered in Southeast Asia, there was like a Binturong sign or what's that pig? Lordy, I don't even know. The Babarusa. that was apparently found in there. So that brought them to the conclusion that it was going to be the Southeast Asia pack. Shortly after the Southeast Asia pack was released, we found references of beaver habitat enrichment items, such as the beaver pond. Well, that's pretty obvious right there. That's the North American pack, and lo and behold, there it was. The North American pack was a little bit less, or besides the beaver, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much what we had to go off of. The Europe pack, on the other hand, oh wow, that was just as bad as the African pack for being mined, being data mined for information on that one. That was all there, every single. And I even did a video on that showed every single prop item, and flat out said, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Europe pack. It was even labeled Europe. Kind of dead giveaway there. So the fairy lights, the coaches, all that right then and there. The only things that weren't listed were like the eggs. So that was interesting. If I remember right, that actually came out in the update, not in the DLC. Probably one reason why we didn't see it, because it was in an update. But anyways, so if we go off that pattern, and we have the pieces that are in front of us, which is the stick insect, the supposed porcupine files, as well as the Cappy files, it comes down to, that would be a good deductive reasoning that it would potentially be a rainforest or tropic type pack. And I'm probably going to put my money on that. That's what I honestly think it would be. And it'll more than likely be an animal pack if we follow the same pattern that we have been. So, with that being said, that does leave us to one other thing that we see currently in the game, right now. First thing first, if we look in the Europe pack right now, in the props, we have 2 items in there that may potentially give us an idea of what's going to come for the future of Planet Zoo. For example, the stained glass itself has fish in there. Could it possibly be where maybe we'll get an aquatics pack or an aquarium pack of some sort? The other thing is that there are the eggs. The eggs themselves could be an Easter egg in itself, basically showing us exactly like, hey, this could potentially be our next DLC, is an aviary pack, because what goes with eggs besides reptiles would be, well, birds. Or maybe Frontier is just jerking around with us, who knows. But one thing that does leave us towards birds would be the data mined information that we have about that pack, which would be the flying animations, the swooping, the takeoff from point A and landing in point B actions, encoding. I mean, that stuff in itself is almost irrefutable. Now, of course, many dispute that these are just leftover files from Planet Coaster, and that they're not going to be implemented in the Planet Zoo whatsoever. However, there are a lot of different things from Planet Coaster that is left over in Planet Zoo. Like, for example, the billboards. They were in the file, and lo and behold, those were never activated. And look what we have now. We have billboards. Custom animations. Those are left over in the files from Planet Coaster. Or not animation, but custom audio, excuse me. Custom audio was left over. And boom, we got custom audio. Just because something's left over doesn't mean that it can't be used. All Frontier has to do is implement it. So the fact that we have the eggs and everything, along with the flying coding and so forth that's left in the game, it could be a feasible possibility that we could get birds. Or option B is that we would go ahead and get something on the lines of a maybe a ambient bird of some sort, like pigeons in Planet Coaster. And we would get those in Planet Zoo. I mean, again, nothing is set in stone. Nothing has been confirmed. And nothing substantiate one thing or the other. It's just a lot of theories. And that's what we're doing here. We're just theorizing. So, my thoughts here is with the upcoming events that are right around the corner here with Planet Zoo and the gaming community, is that Planet Zoo is definitely going to have to up its game, especially after this next game-changing of a game is released in April of 2022. And many of you know what that game is. And that game is, of course, well, one game that I'm totally excited for, and that's Prehistoric Kingdom. Now, Prehistoric Kingdom itself is a game in its own league. It is absolutely gorgeous when it comes to animations and the models and everything like that. The building aspects of it is beyond comprehension to any other game. The fact that you can go ahead and select a wall and change the texture of that wall at any given point is unheard of in Planet Zoo. The fact that we have aviaries in game is beyond anything that we have in Planet Zoo. The fact that we have the ability to make that aviary a null barrier is beyond anything that we have in Planet Zoo. The ability to scale things from small to large, the pathing, everything about it is nothing that Planet Zoo offers. And so, nonetheless, it's a very highly anticipated game within gaming simulated communities such as Planet Zoo. And I think, there's a lot of content creators that are going to be covering Prehistoric Kingdom if they're not already. And some of them have the alpha and beta. I honestly do not, unfortunately. But I guarantee you, when early access comes out, I am going to have it. And I'm going to put out some content. Now, will I abandon Planet Zoo completely? Absolutely not. I have too much time invested into it. I got too many projects in the fire with that, and I'm going to continue on with it. But Prehistoric Kingdom is on my radar, and I have a big plan for that, as I'm sure as a lot of other people do. But there are going to be people that are not. Like, once they switch to this, they may never go back. The Planet Zoo has to recapture and rekindle that fire of zoos within the Planet Zoo community. And the way that they would be able to do that is as following. So I believe that come the next DLC, they will probably go ahead and do something similar to a very, like a general tropical thing that features the capybara. I think the gibbons may very well be a probability. Since it's one of the highly requested animals in the game, I don't see why Frontier would ignore that fact. I also believe that, after Prehistoric Kingdom will come out, again, we may have a small fallout of players, but we will, of course, regain them with the next DLC. Not the 1.9, but the 2.0. The 2.0 DLC will be the Aviary Pack. And that's what's going to bring the flock back into the fold, to say. And that's where they'll be able to go ahead and kind of regain some of those followers or those previous gamers and so forth to gain that momentum again and spark the ambition to play Planet Zoo again. And that's fine. I think Leaf is kind of on the same ballpark of ways. He believes that we'll probably get some sort of tropical release here on the next DLC, which will probably be an animal pack, and then we will go ahead and come summer, we will get the blockbuster DLC for the Aviary Pack. Other options that they could do, of course, we could do a marine or aquarium pack. That could be a possibility too. Now, of course, Frontier could go ahead and hit 2022 very hard right out the bat and go straight into the Aviary Pack. Unfortunately, I think that may start to dwindle things off. And we would want a higher expectation when it comes to the following DLCs. So I think that they would either wait for mid-year, if not the end of the year, for an Aviary Pack. If they're smart about it, We'll probably release it right around June, July for an aviary pack. So, I guess, it all comes down to several different aspects of that avenue. But that's kind of my theory at this point, is that we're going to get some sort of tropical Central America pack, whatever the case may be, and then the aviary pack probably in the next DLC, the 2.0. So, let me know in the comments down below what you think the next DLC will be, what animals you think will be involved, or what your thoughts are. There are no wrong answers. You got a wish list? Go ahead, put it down below. I don't care. I'd be happy to see it. Let me know what your thoughts on the whole aspect of the different data mined files and so forth. And of course, don't forget to visit my previous modding contest video, and make sure you go ahead and vote for your favorite scenery mod, because we definitely want to make sure that everyone gets the well-due votes. So, other than that, I'm going to kind of leave it off right here. So until next time, build, play, and enjoy.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you smash that like button and leave a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. That way you keep up to date with all the content that I release on a weekly basis. You can also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Discord, as well as Facebook. Till next time, build, play, and enjoy.